How were ancient rings used to signify power? Have you ever wondered how something as simple as a ring could symbolize power throughout history? Ancient rings were not just decorative pieces, they held significant meaning in various cultures. Let's take a closer look at how these rings were used to signify authority and status. In many early civilizations, rings were powerful symbols of identity and power. One of the most notable types of rings was the signet ring. These rings featured a flat surface engraved with unique designs, such as family crests or royal insignia. They served as personal seals, allowing rulers and officials to authenticate important documents. By pressing the ring into wax or clay, the wearer could show their control and legal authority. In ancient Mesopotamia, rings were crucial for marking ownership and power. Cylinder and signet rings were often used on important documents and clay tablets. These rings were frequently passed down through generations, highlighting the continuity of authority within ruling families. Moving to ancient Egypt, rings were crafted from precious metals like gold and adorned with beautiful gemstones, such as lapis lazuli and turquoise. Pharaohs and nobles wore these rings not only to display wealth but also to signify divine favor and spiritual power. Some Egyptian rings were even buried with their owners, emphasizing their importance in the afterlife. In ancient Rome, rings also indicated social rank and political power. Gold rings were reserved for the elite, while common citizens might wear iron rings. Roman signet rings often bore family crests or symbols used to stamp wax seals on official documents. This practice reinforced the wearer's identity and legal power in society. Beyond their administrative roles, rings also symbolized commitment and loyalty. Wedding rings, for example, represented eternal bonds. The unbroken circle of the ring universally symbolizes eternity and continuity, concepts closely tied to the legitimacy and permanence of power. From the perspective of jewelry and watches, ancient rings illustrate how ornamental objects can serve as functional tools and symbols of authority. The craftsmanship involved in engraving and setting precious materials reflected the wearer's status and the ring's importance. These historical uses of rings as seals and symbols of power continue to influence modern jewelry design. Today, signet rings remain as popular as markers of identity and heritage. Ancient rings signified power through their roles as personal seals, displays of wealth, markers of social rank, and representations of continuity. Their dual role as both jewelry and instruments of power highlights the cultural significance rings held in ancient societies.